Friday, October 14th. Last week I appeared here in my Donald Trump wig, getting ready for Halloween, and went home to watch the newest campaign news, and almost this weekend called my marketing department friend who's on the other side of this camera to say, pull that thing down. This isn't funny anymore. So, on to business. Today, this very day, this morning, at a conference in Boston, Janet Yellen spoke, and I've watched her career for a long time. She was in the Clinton administration. She was president of the San Francisco Fed. She became vice chair of the Fed, and she's a brilliant, thoughtful person. She, as the copy near this video says, has the physical presence that's no more intimidating than Yoda, but the mind and the intellect, the attitude is terrific. There's a schism inside the Fed about whether to raise rates or not. Those who are close to Yellen and Yellen herself are resistant. There are regional Fed, out in the countryside, operatives who are close to the banking system and would always prefer rates to be higher than they are. The deeper schism is out in the space of public information. What a year for there to be a schism in public information. The dominant voices on TV news channels, business channels, in the Wall Street Journal, business sections of every newspaper, the dominant voices, the people who do all the talking, are salesmen. They are in particular salesmen of financial products. They are investment managers, they are the economists and representatives of major institutions, but all of them selling something. And the heart of consensus is most unusual. Usually those people prefer lower interest rates because it makes their portfolios perform better. Now nearly all of them, and in some considerable heat, are demanding that the Fed raise interest rates and normalize interest rates because it's unfair to savers. Think that one through, and think through the base of information you're receiving. Investment managers today are in a terrible pickle. Most of them charge a fee to manage your assets. Common fee is 1% of the assets. How are you going to make that stick if the assets are earning 2? You want half of it? They would like to see higher rates. This is a cruel thing to say to them, but they'd like to see higher rates so that they can defend their client positions. An alternate source of information is the Fed itself. FederalReserve.gov is right out in plain sight. Yellen's text today is in plain sight. Speeches verbatim, and there's a constant flow of information at FederalReserve.gov. Yellen, from time to time, economics are nearly incomprehensible, but Fed officials really try hard to speak English. And contrary to some suggestions, they're not politicized for the most part. They're just trying to get it right. And they're not trying to punish us. They're not trying to reward us for things that we don't deserve. They're trying narrowly to have the lowest unemployment rate, the highest rate of growth, with the least risk to financial markets and the least inflation. And Yellen's speech today operates at 2 or 3 different levels. Part of it's almost a joke, making fun of so many of those on the outside who speak with such certainty. And I admire her, among other things, but maybe above all other things, for her willingness to say, we don't know. And if we don't know, what in the hell sense does it make to take some lurching action to raise rates or cut them or do much of anything until we do know? That thought is applicable to other parts of life, including politics. Very best to you all.